Alright folks, this is a Chevy Suburban. We are going to change this lower door hinge. Here's the original GM part. It's about $150. Alright, that's what it looks like. There's a little bushing that we're talking about. That shot on the original one. See it? Now, the hardest part, getting to it. It's two 10mm bolts on this side, on the door side, and four 13mm bolts. One straight ahead, three on the side. The ones over here, you can get with a flex wrench. The one all the way in the back, can't put a ratchet on it. Can't put a regular open end in it because you can't get in it. I know they do sell us a wrench that has like a little curve to it. You can buy that wrench. Otherwise, 1/4 inch drive, 13mm socket. Make sure it's a flex ratchet. And what you have to do is you have to just close the door, just barely like this. Okay, you can get in there and you're gonna ratchet the thing off. So that's gonna be the first bolt to come off and the last bolt to go back in. Alright, just be careful. It is spring loaded over here. Alright, so make sure it's in those little notches when you're playing with it. And that's it. Alright, I'll show you as I go along because I can't hold the camera and do it at the same time. But you get the idea. Alright, so that's the first bolt to come off and that's going to be the last bolt to go back in. Alright, I'm going to continue. I already took that one off already with a long extension. And there it is. Alright, so here we are. Two bolts are off on the door side. The three bolts are off in here. Alright. Now, the one all the way in the back there, that's another one's a little hard to do. So, just gotta close the door just a tab and use your little 13mm flex head and get that one off. That's where we are right now. The door is supported with a pinch weld rubber, got the little slot in it. You've seen them on when you buy them. When you lift up a car on the side on the pinch weld, that's what it's for. It fits perfectly in the door. There's my old Lincoln jack. Alright, so now the hinge is going to come off. And I have to put the new hinge in the same position in the fully open so I can get the bolts in there. Alright. Alright, to get that little bugger out, you still need to separate the door just a little bit. So I put a block of wood in there, spread out just enough to squeeze it out. And there it is right there. Alright, the new one comes closed. So you got to get a bar in there and pry it open. At the same time, get a bar to hold this side down unless you step on it. You get it over to as far back as you can. I'm going to wiggle the bugger in. Alright, it's freezing out here today. Alright, so here we are here. If you get the door wide enough, you can just anchor it right in, put a little bar and squeeze it in. Or if you're lucky enough, you can slide it from here and come straight up. Alright, the 10mm bolts are on there. Put the 13 up there to hold it up in the air. And I'm starting to put these in over here. All right, I'm gonna do this one here first. That one's, you know, they're not snug. I mean, they're snug, but they're not fully closed. All right, so they all are. So I'm just gonna start putting them all back together. Not much room in there to work on, that's for sure. All right, so I use my flex wrench in there. I use this contraption over here. I use a screwdriver to hold the bolt in and to press it in while I'm spinning it. Because otherwise, it's just going to spin in there. You can't get your fingers in there. So I'm just using this for a little leverage. And it's halfway in already. Alright, time to continue. So this is as much as you're going to be able to move it at a time. It's like maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. You can look at the socket as it spins. Okay, that's what you have. Oops. Door just closed on me. I mean, opened on me. You see, now it's jammed on the ratchet. So you got to pull on the door a little bit just to give yourself a little ratchet room. See? So one hand's going to hold the door. Actually, you can leave it like this, but then you're going to move all the way over here in the corner. All right? So yeah, can be done. It's going to be tight. All right, you ever get to that point where the ratchet starts to spin freely because it won't do another click anymore because the bolt is like so loose? Can't get in there with your hands to spin it by hand. So back to the ratchet wrench right here to get majority of it in. You can stick your finger up in the back to support it a little bit, you know, just to push up against the bolt, or I'm gonna have to do that screwdriver trick again just to get the majority of that bolt in. All right, there you go. It's all in, nice and tidy. Nice new wheel, nice and quiet. See that? All right, like I said, these are all the tools you need. 10 or 13, a flex, 1/4 inch drive, 3/8 drive for the long one that goes against the fender, a screwdriver to give you a little help. That is the lower hinge on the driver's side. This is the bad boy here. All right, see the bushing is peeled out on the bottom. Yep, that's the problem child. And that's it. Closes nicely. Opens nicely, nice and quiet. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Ciao.